Hi there, my name's Emma Wakehill-Baskerville and I am the NHS Commercial Director for the Vita Health Group, and I'm also a mental health clinician by background. And I'm here to give you a very brief presentation in our partnership working to improve patient experience for the Penner Awards. Thank you for having us. Very briefly, what I'm going to discuss with you today is an overview of our organisation, the challenge that we had to responding to a changing environment, our partnership working with our key partner Limbic, the patient experience, the impact and the benefits, and how we continue to test and learn and review the process. And of course, I'll have any answers hopefully for you at the end of the session. So the Vita Health Group, who are we? We are a private healthcare organisation with over 34 years experience specialising in physical and mental health services. We're made up of 3 previous organisations, chose for their pedigree in delivering mental health and physical healthcare services and solutions to employers, private patients, insurers and the NHS. We've grown significantly over the last 34 years. We're a national provider, and we believe part of our success is in choosing key partners, subcontractors, to deliver and create highly developed services that meet the needs of a population, with an addition to innovative technology that enhances that service activity. We also have high investment in our people, and our overarching aim at Vita Health Group is making people better. So the challenge, we have a significant portfolio within the NHS market, delivering both MSK, so musculoskeletal physiotherapy services, and IAPT services to CCGs nationally. We're the largest IAPT independent provider throughout the UK. And for those of you who are unaware, IAPT is improving access to psychological therapies, and it is the evidence-based talking therapies treating mild to moderate and moderate to severe depression and anxiety disorders. And the innovation I'm going to be talking you through today was designed specifically to meet the challenges that IAPT and psychological therapy services face within the NHS. Key performance indicators and performance targets, arguably a challenge, but also one of the most important indicators in healthcare services. It holds our feet to the fire to ensure that patients can receive the best possible care in the timeliest way possible. Within the IAPT service, one of the key ones is increasing access, and that's 25% of your prevalent population who have a common mental health disorder need to be able to access psychological therapy. Now, dependent on the population size of the CCGs in which we serve, that can be a very big number. This is combined with a turbulent workforce, so we needed to find ways to enable people to access as much as possible and as quickly as possible, whilst also ensuring that our workforce can be as patient focused and working at the top of their license as much as they can. Increasing accessibility is an ongoing challenge within mental health services for a couple of reasons. Stigma, people are fearful, not wanting to call, finding it difficult to talk to people and to just pick up the phone and make the call. Also language barriers, worried people are not going to be able to be understood, or they're not going to be able to understand, that the person receiving the call won't be able to interpret or pick up nuances in relation to their culture. So this is also something that we needed to address, and it's a high ambition within the IAPT and mental health services at the moment to increase this level of accessibility. COVID obviously has accelerated all of our working practices in terms of working remotely, a bit like we are now from a video functionality, and it's accelerated that digital roadmap in order to find new ways of engaging, accessing, and allowing people to have treatment when they need it. We had a vision to address some of these challenges in a way that hadn't been done before. Chatbots existed, yes, we wanted to use existing technology, but they'd never been used in an IAPT or in a mental health service before. And we wanted to push the idea and test the idea that you can increase access, improve access and accessibility, create a multilingual talking platform which will engage and enable people to access mental health services quickly. It will provide an additional way in which people can access. There are still the traditional routes of calling or filling in an online form, so it's not exclusive. And it enabled people to be able to experience a similar or same experience of feeling heard, listened to and engaged with but not through a direct human contact, but through the use of AI and AI technology. So we worked with a partner organization with Limbic who had similar ambitions to us, and I'm just going to show you a little video of what we created together. So how do we get here? As I mentioned, we formed a partnership with Limbic, who are experts in their field in terms of their AI capability and technology, and also their vision for improving mental health services with our clinical team and clinical expertise. We built the chatbot within 7 weeks to implement a pilot in one of our local services. We then reviewed the efficiencies and gained some patient feedback, and then launched it across all of our iApp services with an audience of up to 4 million people so we could get a larger sample size. And we continued to test, learn, and review the process to ensure that it continues to provide the best benefits for our patients and service users. The experience, arguably one of the most important factors in developing the chatbot, as well as the pilot and our ongoing review process. So as you saw in the video, it's a chatbot that pops up within our website. It's not the only way to access the psychological therapy service. You can also refer yourself online via an online form, or traditionally give us a call. If you don't want to engage in the chatbot, you can just click the X and it'll go away. It's worth noting it's completely multilingual and translates itself in up to 300 languages, which again gives that additional accessibility. The type of language that it uses is quite smart, so it'll augment itself to the way you respond. So you'll see on the example here, you can just say yes, you can say born ready, and it's quite enthusiastic, or just get on with it. And if you're a born ready, enthusiastic kind of exclamation kind of person, I am, I like an emoji, it'll continue to respond to you in a kind of upbeat way. If you just want to get on with it and get through the process, it'll then respond accordingly in a pragmatic, simplified way. And we did this deliberately because we knew that not everyone would want to engage in a particular way. And if it mirrors your language, like we do in normal everyday communication, if you're mirrored, you're more likely to stay engaged. And we recognize that people are different and will engage differently. It follows a set of clinical algorithms in the background, all NICE approved, and follow the iApp manual, developed by our in-house clinical leads and clinical team. Really importantly, it screens for risk. This is particularly unusual when you're referring yourself into a mental health service, as risk screening doesn't normally happen till later down the line. Where any risk is indicated, there are a number of stratifying questions, and then one of our duty clinicians will call the individual to ensure that they're safe. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in the impact and benefit section. And then, of course, there's direct access to a focused assessment and some elements of treatment once they've spoken to one of our clinicians. So the impact, one of the most significant impacts is the management of risk. So those patients who are potentially harmed to themselves or others, or in receipt of harm from others. Most mental health services don't know what level of risk the patient is at the point of referral, or while they're waiting for treatment, and don't ask. So we were profoundly impacted when we mobilized a service. We had an inherited waiting list, and a patient committed suicide while on that waiting list. And we wanted to mitigate against this ever happening again. So that's why we've carefully factored in risk screening questions that stratify based on the answers. So where any risk is indicated, the patient receives a call from our duty clinician to ensure that they're safe. This is a really important part. So in terms of enhanced patient safety, 1,003 were contacted within 48 hours where risk was indicated, and we made sure they were safe, they had a safety plan, and they were able to access the care and support that they needed. And that is our biggest impact, and I would say our biggest benefits. There are others which are on the screen, but that is the one that has the most meaning to us. You can see on here that there are a number of people who have accessed it, over 7,000, and 3,000 of those are out of hours. So it shows that people do like to log on in their own time and access treatment out of hours. In terms of efficiency, we've saved a number of clinical hours, which therefore enable us to reduce our waiting times and also for more patients to be seen more quickly. And we've got a high positive feedback rate when we ask patients how they found using the chatbot. And finally, we always take a test, learn and review approach in all of the pilots and projects that we undertake. And this is no different. We continue to work with NHS England and NHS Improvement to ensure that we adhere to NICE guidance and the IAP manual. And we're also currently working on additional projects with Limbic to enhance our offer throughout a treatment journey, from access right through to whilst you're waiting, whilst you're in treatment, and as part of your relapse prevention program. So that's to come. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to take any questions.